Now, one of the issues that emerges is how can Europe make decisions tomorrow? If the US president decides to close a base tomorrow, how does the European Union make a decision about it tomorrow?
I think
Is it capable?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm 100% certain because I don't see that Europe has for some time thought that America or NATO is the guarantee of its security. But it's buying time. It's buying time until it puts in place an alternative security alliance. And I would say that, well, closing a American military base, I don't think that even today it would affect Europe as much as it would have affected it, let's say, a year ago or a
What
few
happens
years ago.
if President Trump wakes up in the morning and says, you know, Bondsteeli, I don't need it anymore in Kosovo?
Europeans would need to come in.
Yes, but that's needs is a different thing. Would
Well,
the
Europeans
come?
have started this coalition of the willing.
Yeah.
It was started under the pretext, and included the United States, under the pretext of an alliance to defend Ukraine and support Ukraine, which Trump obviously doesn't care about. Actually, in my opinion, nucleus of a future security alliance, which will not include the United States, but will include Canada, will include probably Australia, maybe even Japan, although Japan has a special constitution that prevents certain type of military cooperation. Definitely
Turkey?
UK, and definitely Turkey. I think for Europe, Turkey is an important middle power right in the neighborhood. And I'm absolutely certain that this is part of this, Turkey is part of the alliance.
So we're speaking of a European security space.
Absolutely. I think Europe is aware of that. Europe is aware of that, especially in relation to Ukraine. And also something has happened within the European Union, because for a long time, and on some administrative levels, it's still there, but not on the political level, the notion that, you know, in issues related to defense, there is a European leadership being formed that includes the UK, although UK is not a member of the European Union, but has developed much closer ties with the European Union, but certainly France and Germany. Also, both Ukraine and Trump administration, so Russia's war on Ukraine and Trump administration, has increased homogeneity within Europe. For instance, you see the same reaction from Pedro Sanchez, who is a social democrat from Spain, and Giorgia Meloni, who is not conservative, but I don't know, reactionary, you can say, although she, in power, I think she's been much more pragmatic than anybody expected, but certainly right-wing and left-wing European leaders who are reacting the same way to Trump. And both Italy and Spain have something to think about when we are speaking of basis. But the approach of the Trump administration has unified these two sides of the spectrum. And I think that in that sense, you have to start thinking, and we have to start pushing, and there is space for small members like Croatia, as well as obviously for the big European countries, to start pushing towards taking this coalition of the willing one step further into an actual defense alliance, European defense alliance.